Hello. This is Kathy Vic, Deeply Awake, and we have things to tell you about the first wave. There has been some change in the energetics. You may have seen it in your own lives, yes? And we are not saying that this one, as though she rides tip of spear, when it happens to her, it happens to all. That is not the point. However, can you not see that you have someone in front of you who is acting as a lightning rod, as a canary in a coal mine, so to speak, as a person who must discuss things that are changing as she sees them change? There are others, many others, also saying many of the same things. Have you noticed? Have you gone to the blogosphere? Have you seen the talk about those who are in ascension status? Well, it's all over, you know. And in a way, it's all over, you know. Today we talked about on the typewriter thing, we talked about wave theory. We have talked many times about wave theory, and it has remained a piquant, pregnant, and relatively unmined science. We would like to say more about the wave theory now. We would prefer to do it verbally. It feels better for us. She can then comment as she sees fit. In accordance with the ancient times, of which you know not of, a wave began in the sea. It has been thousands of years in the making. What you have been witnessing in your own lives and on the blogosphere and in people's writing is this wave becoming physical. Those who come from the depths, who understand about the magnetic pull of the moon and her beautiful relationship with celestial bodies you know not of, these are the ones who now have been spat upon the shore. We spoke of the wave of consciousness, the first one being composed of three different orientations of people. Yes. Look at wave theory revisited for this information, please. Those at the tip of the wave up here, well, they're the alchemists, you know. They're usually the children and the ones who are younger and the ones who are old but who are childlike. Many of them jobs with the children. Funny how that works. But the tip of the wave interacts with other elements, you see. A water wave turns into mist, and it is the tip of the wave that crashes onto the beach first, isn't it? Well, we would say these were the children, the ones who looked up at teachers and said, I don't think that I will see you as authority anymore because I've seen your cruelty. Give me the information if you must, but do not assume you are my authority any longer. Do you know how many young people live this way? Well, if you don't, talk to a few. This is a very important part of this particular first wave. The height of the wave is made glorious by those who are living extraordinarily beautiful and simple lives of common sense, gratitude, love, expression, without breaking anything. This wall of people have been on the ground for a while. The children having long ago felt it's okay, it's safe, we play now. They've been on the ground the longest. This in the middle, well, they are the ones who have found ways to move whole realities without breaking anything. And then, the old ones on the bottom who know about the moon and the galaxies and who hear whale song in their sleep and who have ancient eye and who don't get along with many, blah blah blah, you know other things about them. Well, they just got pooped out onto the beach. What do you think of that? We said it's a lot like they are still covered in mother's salty fluids, with beautiful necklaces of fruits from the sea clinging to their skin. Some are still on their hands and knees panting, wondering what the hell just happened. Others have just now stood up, and still others have been handed by little wee ones warm sand-colored towels and beautiful garments that are brand new but are so familiar. One by one, having been so long immersed, they are panting. They are aware of the sun in brand new ways. And now we say, not only are they standing on the beach facing civilization, but they are holding hands, linking arms after having embraced and sung songs. Once the weirdness has worn off. Imagine prophets, those who hold the keys in their pupils. These old ones now stand together, feeling healthy for the first time in so long, feeling no oppressive weight, having somehow already forgotten the womb of mother they loved and was so pleased to be released from. We like this particular theory of the first wave because it makes everyone understand they have their own thing to do. Yes, we will be posting Wave Theory Revisited. We will also once again be posting the Crayon's work called 5 in a Circle. When you find yourself panting, disoriented, and not knowing where the heck you are, energetically battered, but somehow feeling safe and sound, we wish to remind you there's a whole family waiting for you. Those like the one before you, who have entangled the cautious who are driven, whose lives are anything but normal, well, they're only a little tiny piece of the puzzle, guys. Please remember, there are so many healers who assist everyone. And they are using the ancient ways of Mama Gaia. And they are under the tutelage, many of them are from the ancient ones, the entangled ones. And this is good. This makes the medicine that much more effective for all. There are the great peaceful meditators who have learned many, many things while underwater, who speak not, but who know much. They are much like, for this kind of one, like deep, warm pools of indigo water, dotted with starlight, both on the surface and within the molecules of the water. These great meditators, they are peace itself. And all those who come in contact with these great ones know all is well. Even when there are life and death struggles within and without. There are those who are so in tune with nature. They are indeed animal whisperers. They know water, air, matter, hold consciousness. And they know of the interrelated web of life. They see themselves as emanations of the Great Mother, and nature is profound friend and counselor. And the greatest of these are the ones who know how to love. A group of individuals spanning the globe, living simple lives perhaps, but deeply loving ones. They may choose to love those only in the clan. They may choose to love whole communities. They may choose to love endeavors. However, the signature is that of compassion, benevolence, generosity of spirit, time, and resources. The signature is that of love itself. Each group assisting the others. If you see someone with keys in their pupils, speaking old text, dropping knowledge bombs on you, think they the only representative of New Earth, of harmony? No, no. Look well into your own life, your own soul, your own expression, and learn to love it. Was that not made plain in the essay Cool with It? One person's coming to terms with holding more than she thought she had to give, to be, and to express as. Allow each their expression, even those you don't understand or find fault with or fear. How is it possible to fear someone who is generous and compassionate? It's nearly impossible to do anything but melt in their presence. It's nearly impossible to do anything but have peace with a meditator. It's nearly impossible but to say, yes, okay, I'll go to that picnic and let you tell me about bees when talking with someone so in love with nature. And those who are great healers, who understand ancient ways, who are compendiums of joy and healing, they may assist all in achieving balance of mind, heart, body, and soul. We say it is time to not only come out of cave, but also to acknowledge that you may very well be one who is been expelled onto a sandy beach, and it's a midday and you don't know where you are, only that it feels different because suddenly there's ground beneath your feet. Finally. And everything feels new, yet everything is so familiar that it's almost automatic now. We say that there are 3 waves to consciousness change. Yes, we like that wave theory is a bit complex. It requires one to ponder, does it not? If the first wave is its own wave, and it is complete, and on land which they did not dial in for, but are in agreement with, well then, what will they encounter once they are dressed, dry, oriented, and filled with excitement? They greet the second and the third wave, dear. Now is not the time to explain. Now is not the time to lecture. No more is it time to try and wake people up. Please hear us when we say this. This was an imperative with many. Understanding fundamentally, hey, if you don't get it, Buster, then I don't get my reward. So listen up. Well, that's all well and good. Bravo for all in the first wave. Watch now. As communications begin to shift, we say, look for it in the blogosphere, look for it in your own life. Who will you be encountering? What will you be encountering? Well, we would say people who are of the second wave understand now that they are indeed part of a larger movement, at least. Isn't that nice? That's a start, isn't it? Those who may not have been open, those who had arguments and they were angry at certain presentation, those who have completely turned their back and have lived lives of love and compassion, trying their best to be good. Well, hello second wave. Now is the time to simply radiate. Now is the time to know one's worth, to own one's having overcome. those of the first wave, we meet you too on that sand. It is not only the little ones who are handing you towels. It is the elder ones who, before you leave this beach, beckon you into their arms and love you back into remembering that this next part involves patience, thanksgiving, celebration, absence of worry, and true communion with reality. Put down your arguments as you allow your arms to return this embrace, because during it the elder ones have their lips to your ear and are reminding you of much. This is something that is given. And something that is received. Because it's simply understood. The mantle has passed to the ones now making their way from the beach into others' lives and situations which may confound many. Hold fast to your light. Remember the truths whispered into your ear late at night on that beach and any time you request. Allow healing to occur. And allow more waves, more waves, more waves to come crashing onto that beach. Never think you are alone. Never think what you are doing is odd or strange. Look around you and see there are so many others who are having the same experience. Do not compare, but do take note that you are not that odd anymore. We assure you, a couple of looks on the blogosphere. Give it a day or two. But that's all you're gonna need. It's a good thing. Life is good. This is good. We wish to congratulate those who are in similar patterns of growth as this one. Those who are not and who are kind to this kind of growth, as well as those who turn away in disgust. All are loved, all are understood, and all are greeted this day, a day a completion for so many more than just this one. We are so honored to give you this message this day. We ask that you dance and sing through it, and do not allow those who are afraid to capture you in the fear and remind you of a reality which is seductive and not yours. Yours is a path that may or may not be like any other. Is that okay? Will you require what this one seemed to think was such a requirement? Consensus. You shall have that now. But those who feel it will know. Consensus is merely a tracer for coherence. Namaste.